Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the booth today. Today it's all about the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why the Montreal struggle in the last 10 games. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to a special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Frenchy, back in the house. Like I mentioned at the introduction of this video, we're going to go through the Montreal Canadiens, why they struggle. And I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why they are not play the level they should play, and also what they need to improve if they want to go back where they were at the beginning of the year. Remember, at the beginning of the year, at some point they were 7-1-2, and since that, this team struggled so much. So let's start with the first reason why the Montreal have a difficult time, and we have to go with this man, the goaltender of $10 million, Carey Price. Listen, check his record since the beginning of the year. 5-4-3. Goal average of 3.13, 53 in NHL, .888, 63 in NHL. You have only 4 more goaltenders behind him. They have at least start 10 games this year or worse at him. The last 6 games, he has 1-4-1, 3.50, and a save percentage of 8-6-3. It's not who is Carey Price, to be honest with you. He has a great year with the Montreal Canadiens, but the last 3-4 years he struggled a little bit. He's not the elite. Be honest with you, he's not anymore the elite goaltender in NHL. And at $10 million, where he's supposed to be your best player, he don't give what the Canadian looking for. And that's one reason right now. We know during the bubble time last season, during the playoff, they have a great year. We have a great time, but at some point, he came back this year with not the same way he was play during the playoff. So they need him. He is the guy can carry on that team on his shoulder, and that's what he should do. So I don't know what's the problem with him right now, but if you look at him, like if you watch videos, if you watch how he play, he's really struggle. He's not the right position. Everything is difficult. Look the goal again, Brady Tkachuk this week, 5-0. Did not cover the post. Look the goal again, Brankstorm, defenseman, power play from the blue line. The view was fine. Nobody is in front of him. And the puck beat again, 5-0. The stick was not there. So a lot of things like that, Carey is not Carey it is. I'm not here, to blame everybody and to be negative here. I'm just giving you why they struggle right now. So let's move on to the reason number 2. And we have to go with another one, the center, Philip Dano. He's a UFA this year, and in 19 games, he has 0 goal, 8 assists for 8 points. He has 1 goal in the last 43 games in NHL regular season. This 4 last season, he has 13, 8, 12, and 13 goals. He has, 40, 25, and 50, and 47 points during his last 4 seasons with Montreal. For many years, Montreal never had a great center. We have to go all the way to Saco Cuevo, but before him, I think we are talking about Pierre Turgeon, Vincent D'Anfos. That's really where there was we are far to have Jacques Lemaire. Remember, during the 70s. But Montreal, for the last couple of years, did not have that kind of center, number 1. Of course, they draft Kotkaniemi. He's not there yet. And I think that's one reason why they struggle. They never have a McDavid or a Crosby or and Jack Eichel, Ryan Kesslav, a number one center. Austin Matthews, and I can go look all the team. Montreal don't have that kind of center. Philippe Dano is not. He refused a contract of $30 million. I don't know what Dano is thinking. But that's the problem they have right now in Montreal with that line, the center, with Philippe Dano. He's not a number one center in NHL. Number 3, and now you're going to understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Dano. It's the line of a center. Listen, 4 they have. Dano, 8 points. Suzuki, 13 points. Kotkaniemi, 9 points. Evans, 3 points. Each one of them, Dano, 0 goal. Suzuki have the most, 4. Kotkaniemi, 2. Jack Evans, 2. That's why they struggle. I think they thought their line was better at the center. We know what Suzuki did last year. But again, he's still 21 years old. Kotkaniemi played in the AHL last year. He had a good year at the beginning of the season. But at some point, he's not still young. He's still young. He's only 20 years old. And finally, Jack Evans is really his first year in NHL. So that's the reason why the Montreal have a trouble. I don't know, but I think Bergevin, and before Julien was there, now he's Ducharme, but I think they don't realize their center line was not the way they had thought at the beginning of the year. And that's I really believe that's the reason they struggle. Their center line is not strong enough to compete with the best team in NHL. And the fact they play again night after night with the same team, Toronto, Ottawa, Calgary, and Toronto and Vancouver, I believe they are, with Ottawa, the worst center line in North Division. Let's move on, number 4. Now, the reason 4 is this. The defenseman. Weber, Chariot, Petrie, Edmondson, and Romanov with Kulak or Romanov with Mete. Now, look what Weber is right now. It's -3, 16-minute penalty. Chariot is -1 with 39-minute penalty. So my point to you is they have an amazing, great runs on the playoff. They have amazing. Chariot played better what his expectation was last year. Shea Weber have an amazing, great year too last year. So the pair number 1 of the Montreal Canadiens last season have a great. But since the beginning of the year, this year, they struggle. They really struggle. Chariot and Weber have 5 penalties because they send the puck and the stand. Daily game. It's not about skill. It's about be aware. 2 of them are when the Montreal was on PK already. So they became not 5-4, but now they can become 5-3. So I think as a defenseman, pair number 1 in NHL, they need more. Now, we know Weber scored 2 goals this week, but so ever, they need more for both of them. I don't complaining again, they don't play bad. I just said they didn't play the level they played last season. So we need more from both of them. The second pair of defensemen, we cannot complain too much about them, Petrie and Edmondson. First, Edmondson is a new signature that has a UFA, and he have a great year. I'll be honest with you. I cannot say anything about him. He has already 5 points in 19 games. He's plus 18. One of the top in NHL. So we cannot complain about Edmondson. Now, the Petrie side, he have an amazing, great start of the season. He have 14 points at some point. We thought that, but look what he has right now. Right, the last 9 games, he have 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points, and 0. He's already at plus 12. So the last 9 games, he didn't have no plus. Now, he have a good year so far, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18. We cannot complain too much, but the last 9 games, he struggled a little bit more. If the Montreal need to get better, they need their defense, Petrie, to add more. And I think you're going to see in the next couple of minutes when I'm going to talk about they need him more in power play. Finally, the third pair, the defensemen, they are really young. Romanov just came back for the KHL. Everything like that, their expectation about him is great. Really good start, like the team at the beginning of the year. The last 3 games is -4, make a more mistake, but on the flip side, I don't want to be too much against him because he played on the wrong side. He's a left defenseman. He played on the right side with Kolak Committee. Kolak struggled this year, didn't have the level he plays on the playoff last season during the bubble. And Mete, they play a couple of games. And again, last 2 games, he has 2 penalties against Ottawa, I believe, or Toronto. That create power play goal, if you do that. So that's third pair, the defense, I believe. They should get a defenseman with experience on the right defenseman on the right side and let Romanov play on the left side. I think that would be better. Right now with Romanov at the left side, it could they struggle a lot in the last couple of games. So, again, it's not about negative here, right? It's not about to be, again, the team, everything like that. I just want to bring to you what's going on with that team, and they have to get better. And finally, the last reason, number 5, is the special team. What are you talking about, Coach? Look, the power play. 11 and 57 since the beginning of the year. They are 19.3 on power play. They are 18 in the NHL. You're going to tell me it's not too bad. You're right. Their PK is 18 to 76. They are 76.3. They are 22 in NHL. It's not too bad. A little bit below of everything in NHL. Now, here's what's going on with the power play. They are 2 and 19 in the last few games, and they are the last 12 games, they are 3 and 31. So at the first couple of games at the beginning, the first 10 games, there was the top power play in NHL with 25, 27%. Since that, they completely down. And that's the reason now the difference between winning and losing. If you lose 3-2, 2-1, 4-3, 5-4, you cannot score in power play, and the other team score. That's the reason you lose. The special teams are really important. Now, check the PK. They are, in the last 12 games, 9 and 32. That's terrible. Now, you have a factor here. 32 times they have penalties. So they have an average about 4 penalties per game. So they gave 4 power play to opponent team. You cannot survive in NHL. Many teams have a strong power play. Toronto will be best in the league. Vancouver, they have a not bad power play. So they have to get better on that one over there. They have to find a way to minimize the penalties, first of all, to have a better way to not give a lot of goals on PK. At the beginning of the year, they have 6-7 goals when they was on shortened, and they was not give a lot of the power play on the opponent team. So it's something they have to figure out, that part of there. And then at the bottom there, you see Weber and Petrie. Since the split, Weber on PK1 or PK2 and on PP1, PP2, or Petrie on PP1, PP2, when they split them, that's what they struggle the most. Since they are together, their power play is so much better. And I think that's what they need to find a way to bring back together. I think Duchamp have to find a way to make that power play special thing better. That's the reason why Kirk Muller is gone with Claude Julien. And that team right now is searching. They try to find the way. But I think for me, it's few times they take too much chance. They gamble. And every time they gamble, they lose the puck, and they have they have a 2-1 or a breakaway every time that. So they have to be better. They have to be better on the defensive side. And like I mentioned, Price, Dano, the center, their defense, and also the special team are the 5 reasons why that team struggles. So It was the video about the Montreal Canadiens to find a way to get better. If they change the couple of reasons I bring to you, I think that team is going to be better for the next couple of games. Before we close, we want to invite you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page under Hockey Nation Live Show. You can follow me personally on the Twitter under Coach Frenchy 10X. And finally, just want to remind you, we have a daily show. Yes, we have Hockey Nation Live Show. Have a daily show Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time with my co-host, Michael De Villano, and myself. And we are here every days, Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock. And before we leave, like we do every single time, and that's what I'm sure if you watch my video, you know about what I'm going to tell you. If you're new, please like the video if you like it. If you have comments about the game, please share with us. Finally, like we'll do it every time, you hockey fans, you Hockey Montreal fans, you hockey fans of the Hockey Nation Live Show, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great weekend, everybody.